Assalamu alaikum. Now we are doing the last one, so let me just come and introduce this. So, Assalamu alaikum once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last video. We are finishing. Alhamdulillah. So, this has been nice. It's been a nice run. The last section of the course, hopefully, things will go well, is section 18.4, which talks about Cauchy's integral formula or formulas. I don't know how you want to call it. So basically, we've come this far. We've integrated contour integrals and did many things. So this helps us to integrate, to make our life easier when we're integrating along contours and things like that, okay? Simply connected or multiply connected regions. So, the first formula is, appears as theorem 18.41. What does it say? That, let me see once again whether I have something to point. I always don't seem to get. Maybe this will help. What is this? Oh, but this will ruin my screen. Okay, fine. I just use my fingers as usual. It's the last video. So the theorem says let F be analytic in a simply connected domain. You remember simply connected domain, where if you shrink, you pick up a closed contour and then you shrink it, you don't get outside that domain. In other words, it has no holes, or the function is no analytic in that domain. Okay? So, let F be analytic in a simply connected domain D, and let's say be a simple closed contour lying entirely in D. If Z node is any point within C, then F, the value of the function at this point, Z node, is given by 1 over 2 pi I, the integral, this is closed, of F of Z divided by Z minus Z node dz. That is the first formula. Now, a more practical form of this theorem is like this, which is what we are using the many examples that we shall tackle. And it's basically, I put it as a corollary. It just says that let F be analytic within N on a simple closed contour, and Z node be any point within C. Then, since we're interested in, what I will do is I give you problems to integrate. So the integral of F of Z divided by Z minus Z node dz will be given by 2 pi I times F of Z node. It's basically this, you take it here, is the same. Only that now we are going to consider the domain. Okay? So all we do is, whatever integral we're given, we need to identify an F of Z, a Z node, and then we just get the value of the integral as 2 pi I times F of Z node, and we are done. Okay? Fine. So, example number 1. Evaluate this integral about the contour C, or along contour C. Z square, this one divided by this, dz, where C is, what is this? This is a circle centered at the origin whose radius is 2, okay? And so solution, what do? Well, we notice F of Z, this is F of Z, and Z node equals minus I. This is what we identify with. Look, F of Z, then Z minus Z node. We identify the function with this kind of situation. So we need a Z node. So Z minus Z node, in our case here we have Z minus. So basically our Z node is minus I, and minus I is in C, okay? That's all we need. How do we know it's in C, by the way? Because if you put this one inside here, the modulus of I is 1, and 1 is less than 2, that means I is inside this circle, okay? So, and then something else you observe, that F of Z, this is a polynomial of degree 2, which means that it is actually entire. We really don't mind. F of Z is actually entire throughout the complex plane, but specifically, entire means it's analytic. So F of Z is analytic for all Z in the contour. Thus, by the Cauchy integral formula, we obtain that this integral is just 2 pi I F evaluated at this point. So, we are done. 2 pi I times, you just plug in this one into this function, minus I squared minus 4 times minus I plus 4. And then you substitute, you end up with that. Now, the answer you can write as minus 8 pi plus 6 pi I, or whatever but something equivalent. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's very interesting. So I repeat, so you need to just identify this with what we are given. Now the next example becomes a little bit tricky, but that's okay. That's understandable. What does it say? Evaluate this integral where now our contour is this circle. What kind of circle is this? Let me see whether I sketched it for you. Previously I've been sketching, but I didn't sketch this one for you. Anyway, so this is a circle whose center is 2i, the radius is 4. Solution. So we have z squared plus 9. This one, it can be decomposed into, these are difference of two squares, z minus 3i times z plus 3i, which means when you set this equal to 0, you get z equals 3i or minus 3i. So this denominator will fail to be analytic at those 2 points. This is supposed to be z equals, not plus. Z equals plus or minus 3i. There's an equality sign missing there. So when z equals 3i, what do we have? When you plug in 3i inside here, you get 3i minus 2i, which is modulus of i, which is less than 4. That means 3i is inside our circle. But then minus 3i, we substitute inside here, you get this. Modulus of minus 5i is just 5, which is greater than 4. So that means minus 3i is outside our contour. So what we are doing now, ladies and gentlemen, is we need to get this kind of relationship, making sure that f of z is analytic. So what we shall do is we'll rewrite this in this form. Z over z squared plus 9 is the same as z over z minus 3i times z plus 3i. Now this is the same as saying z divided by this, this product, okay? Or I can treat it separate. I can just say it's the same as z you divide by, or z you multiply by 1 over 3i times z you multiply by 1 over z plus 3i. So if I take z multiplied by 1 over z plus 3i, I get this, which again you can multiply by 1 over z minus 3i, which is this. Why is this useful? Because now, notice, z over z plus 3i, this one, z would be minus 3i, but minus 3i would be outside the contour. So that means this would be analytic inside our curve C, because the point where it fails to be analytic for this one is outside the contour. So we identify now our f of z with this one. This is our f of z, and our z node now is this 3i. So we go back. So f of z is analytic for all z in C, and so by Cauchy integral formula, this integral will be 2 pi I f evaluated at 3i. Now our function f is this one, so you substitute 3i, you have 3i over 3i plus 3i, it is the same as 3 over 6i, multiplied by this, you end up with pi I. Okay? So the point here is you separate the point where it is analytic and not analytic, so that you make sure that your function f of z will have now the part that is outside. So z equals minus 3i would be z plus 3i would be what will be associated with that. And then we are done. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. Let's look at the second formula, then we'll go, maybe will make more sense eventually, I hope. So, theorem second formula, Cauchy's integral formula, this is now more general. So let f be analytic in a simply connected domain D, and C be a simple closed contour, lying entirely within D. If z node is any point within C, then the nth derivative of f you evaluate at z node will be n factorial divided by 2 pi I times this integral. We can even again formulate a corollary, but I will not say, I just say that what we need to say is this integral will be 2 pi I multiplied by this divided by n factorial. That's what we will apply. Okay? Example number 2. Well, now how many examples are remaining? So that we have time. We may, okay, not so much. Example 2, example 4, example 5. Okay, only the last 3 examples. So the last 3 examples, the one is example 2. So evaluate this integral where C is this circle. This is a circle whose radius is 1, centered at 2i. So the denominator, you can z power 4 plus 4z cubed can be written as z cubed into z plus 4. And here we can say the function fails to be analytic at z equals 0 and z equals minus 4. When you set this to 0. So z equals 0 is in the curve because of this argument, and z equals minus 4 is outside. So basically now we will separate. We will rewrite that we did before. So we rewrite this thing as z plus 1 over z to the 4th plus 4z cubed equals z plus 1, z cubed, z plus 4. And then whichever is outside is what we'll take. This is outside, so z equals 4, z plus 4 will be what we'll take. So we'll have z plus 1 over z plus 4 divided by z cubed. And this is now your f of z. So Z0 will be this one, Z0. F of Z will be this. And now we can say this is analytic for all Z in C. And N is 2. Remember what N is? N is from here, 0 plus 1. So in our case, we have this is cube, so this is 2 plus 1, so N is 2. And so by the Cauchy integral formula, this integral will just be 2 pi I over 2 factorial, second derivative evaluated at 0. And so what do? Well, I mean, you just evaluate, so f of z, you differentiate, you get this. You differentiate a second time, you get this. And then you evaluate at 0, you get this. Then you take it here. So 2 pi I over 2 factorial times minus 6 over 64 gives you this. And then you are done. Halas. Okay? Find the last example, by the way. This last example looks very complicated, but we can do it in 5 minutes or 3 minutes. So, evaluate the integral this dz where c is a contour shown. This is a contour that is shown. This contour, all of it is c. So, it's basically c2, but then this is positive orientation because it's counterclockwise, whereas this is clockwise, so this is negative. That's why I've written c negative, c is positive. This is the union, c2, okay? So we're evaluating on that. So since C is not as simple because it crosses, but it's a union of two simple closed contours, C1 and C2, with opposite direction. So the integral over C will be the integral with this one of negative C1 plus the integral of the same function with C2. I identify those, I call them I1 plus I2, okay? And then I say if, now denominator, we set that to 0, we'll see that the function would fail to be analytic at z equals 0 and z equals I. So we have z equals 0 is in C1, but z equals I is not in C1. So we'll set what we did previously, okay? Z cubed plus 3, we identify with z minus I squared over z. So that our z0 is 0 and n is 0. So the first part, I1, will just be the integral over minus C1. The same function you have will be 2 pi I. I've put this negative because now we're integrating. This is negative. 0 factorial f1 at 0. And this will just be 6 pi I. Finish? Halas? Yes, that's I1. Now I2 will be something similar, only that now we're looking at where it is, okay? So we have now, for I2, z equals I is in C2, but z equals 0 is not in C2. By the way, look at the curve contour. 0 is inside C1, I is in C2. So basically, I is in C2, 0 is not. So now our f of z, or f2z, will be z cubed plus 3 over z. Yes, that's what it is. And z naught is I, and n is 1. I hope it's clear. So then the integral will just be 2 pi I over 1 factorial, the first derivative evaluated at I. And so again, you differentiate the first time, you get this. You plug in I, you get 3 plus 2I. So I2 will just be 2 pi I times this, which you will substitute to get that. So I1 and I2 is that. Now what remains? I1 is 6 pi I, I2 is this. So you add the 2, you get minus 6 pi I, which is the first integral, plus this one, it gives you minus 4 plus 12 pi I. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I don't know whether this example makes sense. If it doesn't, you tell me to go through it slowly. But congratulations, we are finished. Now maybe the only thing I may do is some tutorials from time to time. Okay, fine.